Okay, I'm ready to start this one. Let's see. When I'm drawing someone at an event, when I'm drawing a lady at an event, I usually have fun with the hair and the eyes. So I'm just doing a quick sketch of the shapes that I see. And let's see. And this is one of the fun things I like to do. Did you see how I just did that? Just a bit swoop with my arm to get the shape of the hair. And this is just the sketch part, but. And then I'm going to put the eyes in this area. That already looks kind of cool. Or at least it does to me. So, alright, now I'm going to start with the eyes. And to me, that's the most important part, is the eyes. And a lot of times I'll be drawing people and I can hear the crowd behind me saying, "Oh, did you see how he drew the eyes?" And I love it when I hear people say that, because that's my favorite part to draw. So she has really thick eyelashes, and so this is how I do it. I'm pressing down here, and then I'm easing up as I pull it out. And then I'm going to do it real fast so that all of them are so close together that they just make a dark ink spot that looks like eyelashes. Now, this is not exactly like the photo, but it's close enough so that if I was drawing someone in person, it would look like them. Now, really, her under eyelid, she doesn't have that much dark lashes, so I could just leave this line sort of undrawn, just let it disappear right there. Then her eyelid, it's not super noticeable because there's makeup there. So I'm just going to draw a really light line. Now she's looking to this side, but I'm going to pull her eye over this way so that she's looking at us. And I would do that also if I'm at an event. So if she's talking to her friend or her husband sitting next to her, I'm just looking at the shape of the eyes, the eyelashes, and I can pull the eye over so that it's looking toward me. Now, I'm just going to have fun. In this photo, I can see two highlights, so I might as well draw them. And her eye is dark, so I'm going to add extra ink. Just draw a huge pupil. And that adds to the effect of a dark eye. I think her eye is either brown or dark hazel. Or sometimes it's hard to tell from a photo because the resolution of the photo is not that great. Okay, and then the eyebrow. And this is a system. The eyebrow is not separate from the eye and just happens to be above the eye. But it is a connected system. Now, I would not draw this at an event, but just let me do it here on the video. So here is the system. And then the eyebrow is part of this shape. But all that work has to be done in my imagination when I'm drawing someone live. So I just imagine the shape, I just get it in my mind, and then follow it with the eyebrow. Alright, now we're going to do like a dimension line. A light dimension line that shows the bridge of the nose. Now we've got the other eye. Tear duct gets it started, and then just pressing down with my marker, then easing up. I can even go over it again and make it even thicker. And now I'm coming in, I'm starting light and then pressing down. And I may do it different every time, but that's the effect that I want. I want from thick to thin. And then the eyelid, same as the other one. It's a light, very light line. So if I get that really light, then the contrast pops out and it looks good. I think it does. And so you can see when I'm drawing someone, I don't often do the big exaggerations. I love that type of drawing. There's a couple of artists that I've been seeing on YouTube or Instagram, and they do massive exaggerations. Actually, what they do is called distortion. It's partially exaggerated and mostly distorted, but it is super hilarious. And when she hands the drawing to the people that are getting drawn, they just burst out into laughter. But my style is more like, it's like a glamour shot. It makes an ordinary person look like a movie star almost. And so I get a good reaction too. It's not burst into laughter reaction, but it's still a really good reaction. There's the other eyebrow. Also, when I wouldn't draw or emphasize the bridge of the nose, because she has de-emphasized her bridge of the nose by adding a lot of makeup. And you know, that may be because she's on TV. So whatever she is de-emphasizing, I want to de-emphasize, and whatever she's emphasizing, like the eyebrows, I want to emphasize. And if I was going to exaggerate, that's where I would exaggerate. I could make these eyelashes super thick. And for this video, I am going to change this expression here. I'm going to draw her smiling because I took this as a screenshot from a YouTube video, and so she's like in the middle of talking, so her mouth is in a weird position. But I am going to change it and draw a smile. We'll pretend that I'm following the video, okay? I mean, I'm following the photo, but I didn't. I made it up. And I messed up a little bit. But don't tell nobody. Alright. We're going to add the chin. The jawline. This is almost not even a caricature at all. I mean, if you really talk to real caricature artists, they would say this is not a caricature at all. It looks more like a comic book character, like a Jim Lee or something like that. It's more of a stylized cartoon portrait. Then sometimes I add a little shadow under the chin. My marker's drying up, but here we go. I messed up on that too. At least if I mess up, I'm honest about it. I say I messed up. I wanted to come out like this. But oh well. It still looks pretty decent. Usually if I'm at an event, I would not add the ink to the hair. And the reason I wouldn't do that is because I usually have, 100 people to draw, or at least 45 people to draw. And it takes an extra 3 or 4 minutes to add all the ink to the hair to make it look like dark hair. And if I did that every time, I wouldn't be able to draw as many people. Alright, so that is the sketch, the quick sketch of Emily Campagno, I think her name is. Now I want to draw a few more examples of eyes, of women's eyes. Okay, this one is Angelina Jolie, and I'm not going to use any sketch whatsoever. I'm just drawing what I see. And once again, for the eyelashes here, I'm just pressing down really hard and then easing up. So it starts off thick and then it becomes thin. Now I'm just doing that real fast and close together. And this marker is running out of ink. She has a little bit more of eyelashes underneath. So sometimes I'll do it like this, where there's an actual little space between the bottom of the eyelid and where the eyelashes start. Her eyelid comes up like this, and then it turns sharp angle in another direction and down. She has light eyes. It looks like they're hazel, like a light blue with a little green in the center. In this photo, the highlight looks like that. And then she has a small pupil. So getting the pupil the right size can really help a likeness, because if I accidentally drew her with a large pupil, then it's not going to look like her. So I'm trying to pay attention to those details. And then her eyebrow, it's like I said, it's part of the system, but I'm just imagining the shape of the eye and the eyebrow, that system of muscles that work together, and drawing the eyebrow along the top of it. I could even do a wrinkle there for her bottom eyelid. Now let's see here. Hopefully I left enough room on my sketchbook to draw the other eye. Now this eye is in perspective, so it's a weird shape. It is not the exact same shape as this other eye. And that's because you're seeing it at an angle. She has angles in the eyelid. I'm making sure to add those. And as you can see, I like to just start the line from the tear duct, and this is kind of a thin piece of flesh, so I just let that line disappear, and then it shows up again over there. And here I'm drawing the underlids. Same thing on this side, a weird shaped highlight with a small pupil. This eyebrow is also in perspective. That's why it seems to turn down a little bit more than this one. Okay, let's do it again. This is Marilyn Monroe. She's looking right at the camera. So let's go for it with no sketch. Just a tear duct to get started. The eyebrows, I could start that off as like one thick line. Add some individual hairs to it. I think her eye is blue also, but it's dark blue, especially in this photo. So I could get away with drawing a larger pupil, because that kind of tricks the eye into thinking that it's a dark eye. It tricks the viewer's eye into thinking that this person has a dark eye. And then her eyebrow, she has an interesting eye and eyebrow system shape. So check this out. It goes, curves in like this, curves back up, and a second curve. So that's the shape of her eyebrow system. That's when I say eyebrow system, that's the socket in the skull and the muscles that surround that. And so when I see that, that really helps capture the likeness. I see these unique curves that are not on most people's eyebrows. So if I can draw that in when I'm drawing someone live, then that's going to come close to nailing the likeness. And I'll just stick with one eye on that one so that the video is not too long. But now you can see what I'm talking about, and that's how I like to draw eyes. And I'm always looking for another artist who has a similar style but is drawing really stylish looking eyes, and then I try to redraw what that artist is doing and copy them for a while, and then learn something from their technique and then apply it to mine. So I hope you had fun with this video, and I'll see you on the next one.